EDP445 has been fired from 3 different jobs over the last couple of weeks as a result of people exposing his employment to TikTok. He's apparently completely out of money and as a result has been evicted from a few different properties and is now living out of a suitcase in a couple of unconventional crappy locations. However, the craziest update in the EDP445 tragedy is that only 3 weeks ago, according to one of his former YouTube buddies by the name of Felipe, the big man himself has actually been put behind bars.
This is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center. Inmate Brian Moreland would like to receive the call.
That's crazy. You actually called.
I said yes.
Things have gotten so bad for EDP that right now as we speak, he's applying to have his name legally changed. However, in a world of tit for tat where you unavoidably reap what you sow, it's hard to say that his punishment is undeserving. And in this video, you'll see how bad things can truly become if you plant weeds in your garden as opposed to flowers. To what extent should a person's life be ruined for the mistakes made in their own past? At what point, if ever, should EDP...
Well, you should have seen this shit coming because the type of nigga he is. EDP is a very weird nigga. He always said weird off the wall shit, and we should have expected this nigga to be a weirdo. Like this nigga talking about taking shits. He's weird. He sent his picture. He sent a picture of his shit to somebody who he thought was a 13-year-old. The nigga ain't right up here in the air, but the nigga need to be locked up. The nigga need to get put in a fucking psychiatrical ward or some shit and get his ass beat the fuck up on.
445 be forgiven for his own foolish decisions? Does EDP 445's work completed prior to his cancellation hold any residual value, or was it rendered completely and utterly useless from the second he showed up to that cursed Bakersfield motel? We asked this last question because prior to the 18th of April 2021, things were actually going reasonably well for EDP 445. If you look at his social blade graph, you'll see that he gained 520,000 subscribers over the course of 2 months in April and May of 2020. People loved him because he was one of the last few YouTubers who had absolutely no filter. He was unconcerned about ad revenue and therefore swore like a trooper while tackling some of the most crass yet hilarious topics. EDP 445's unconventional mind was always spoken honestly, so he stood out as unique. It's not surprising either, in a world where everyone else online is always walking on eggshells, trying not to offend anyone.
But that's the type of dude he was. He got famous off of being a brash, not caring, not cancel about cancel culture. He was just ignorant. He was somebody from a bygone era of the internet. You can tell he was one of the people who didn't care what they said or did. The internet has changed. It's a more sensitive place, and you really can't say what you want to. When EDP first started off, you could say the F word, you can call people the N word, you can be disrespectful and mean to people, and nothing really happened to you. But that's a part of growing up and changing. The internet is changing. And honestly, if this never happened with him going to see the little girl, he probably would have got canceled and probably would have lost his platform either other way. He probably would have said something homophobic or ignorant to gay people. Then he probably would have lost his platform.
EDP 445's brash attitude and unapologetic approach to life was somewhat refreshing for those who saw the world in a similar way. However, of course, such an approach wasn't without controversy. In 2017, as a result of his unconventional content, he'd be banned from YouTube for a period of 2 weeks, while Twitter was a little harsher, placing a ban on his main EDP 445 account permanently. Additionally, after hitting 1 million subscribers in early 2020, YouTube refused to send EDP a gold play button, stating that the channel didn't match their eligibility criteria.
Because according to them, my channel doesn't match the criteria. I'm like, my channel has 0 community guideline strikes. It has
does he not see the shit he was saying on that?
EDP would gain support from other large YouTubers such as Some Ordinary Gamers, who stated that the refusal was stupid.
YouTube, can you just give this dude his play button? If he doesn't get his play button, I'm gonna buy him his play button.
While EDP was also made a custom YouTube play button by a fan of the channel, displaying the love and support he had from the community.
That's crazy.
At the time.
He had so much going on for him, but he want to go talk to little girls and shit. I know that's a lot of things with a lot of niggas. A lot of niggas, they get this fame and this fortune, they get all these viewers and shit. Then they want to start talking to little girls and shit. Like, I've never understand that. Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, that can never be a nigga like me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'd rather die than get exposed or dare talk to a little girl. Nigga, I'm a grown ass nigga. I need my woman 18, not even 18. I need my woman 45 and up, nigga.
However, perhaps YouTube...
I need my bitches with gray hair on their pussy.
Twitter were able to see something objectively that those who loved and supported him could not. They might have seen that a man with such an unfiltered mind may have also been hiding some dirty skeletons in the closet, and correct is what they would eventually be. On the 18th of April 2021, EDP445 was caught in 4K on his way to pick up a cupcake. The topic was covered by almost everyone in the commentary community.
I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP445 situation.
Creators who supported him in the past, such as Some Ordinary Gamers, would upload a video titled EDP445 needs to be arrested immediately.
Why has EDP been dropped?
He need to be on a sex offender list, my nigga. He need to not be able 100 feet in a fucking schoolyard, nigga. This nigga touches kids, bro. Like, this nigga sick in the fucking skull. He deserved everything that happened to him, my nigga. Honestly, I feel like they should have been put this nigga in jail so he can, you know, do his time and fucking rehabilitate. But honestly, sending niggas to prison, they really don't rehabilitate niggas. Like, they really don't help niggas out sending niggas to prison. I say send this nigga to like a mental facility, bro, because he was out here sending pictures of his shit to somebody who he thought was a 13-year-old little girl. These niggas talking about sneaking into a little girl's room and shit. Like, this nigga actually needs like mental help, nigga. And I don't think prison would really help him out, or jail. I think he actually needs to go to a mental facility.
Dropping hard because EDP is an individual that actually got Chris Hansen.
And after it was revealed that a similar situation had occurred as many as 8 times prior, many considered EDP unforgivable, and his life would subsequently descend into a state of chaos.
So this nigga did this shit already 8 times already. Like, this ain't new to this nigga. He was already here trying to talk to little girls and shit.
In the 7 days following the expose, EDP445 would lose 200,000 subscribers, almost 10% of his entire count. However, how many followers he lost initially didn't actually matter, because 7 days later, his remaining 2 million subscribers would disappear entirely after YouTube decided to ban his account altogether. At the time of his banning, EDP was exactly 30 years old, and had been creating content since 2010 when he was 19 years old. So the 179 million views deleted in the process meant that his entire portfolio.
I ain't gonna lie, he threw away all that work, all them years of grinding to get big on YouTube. He threw that shit away for a little girl and a cupcake. That fat, dirty shit.
Work completed in his 20s, 10 plus years worth of labor was wiped out quite literally overnight.
One mistake was all it took for
YouTube to decide that EDP445 no longer deserved either his celebrity status or any kind of record relating to any of his work completed in the past. Another method that EDP had for earning an online income was Cameo. You could order a personalized video and get EDP to say anything you instructed him to for the low price of $44. However, following the infamous cupcake event, Cameo would be contacted by numerous individuals who received responses along the lines of, "Hey there, thank you for reaching out. Our team is aware of the allegations and are actively investigating this. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Kindly, Melita." Less than a week later, EDP445's Cameo account was deleted. Another income stream had gone up in smoke. EDP445 then attempted to switch to Facebook. However, after gaining 6,000 followers, he'd be banned from the platform. It was the same story over on Instagram. His main account was terminated, at which point EDP was likely coming to terms with the harsh reality of his cancellation. However, just before his Facebook was deleted, he'd make one final interesting announcement. He planned on making his own website to which he would continue posting videos.
EDP445 announced over on Facebook that he will be making his grand return to the internet with his own website to return to his old video type, I guess.
Just want to let you guys know, man, EDP445.com is coming soon.
Nigga, look, and ain't none of that shit get off the ground, nigga. He just... It's crazy, because, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was subscribed to him, but I really never watched bro videos. But it was like, nigga, you gave up everything, nigga. You homeless, you arrested, nigga. You don't got shit in this world, my nigga. Cause you want to talk to little girls, nigga, and fuck little kids, nigga. You deserve it, nigga. The only person you gotta blame is yourself, nigga. Cause a lot of niggas they put themselves in a situation like this and they want to start blaming the world. Oh, I blame you. No, nigga, nobody. You a grown ass man. You drove. You the nigga who got in the car and drove yourself to meet the little girl. You the nigga who was texting the little girl. You the nigga who had these sick little evil thoughts to touch kids, nigga. It was your brain, nigga. You wanted to touch kids, nigga. You ain't right up here, bro. All this shit could have been avoided.
Like a week, maybe 2 weeks from now.
EDP445 seemingly got to the point of fully building the website, as discussed by Tipster here on YouTube.
It still says coming soon, still says today's date. It does look like EDP is actually serious about this whole launching a website thing.
However, after an apparent falling out with his website developer, as mentioned in a Reddit comment, the launch seemed to fail.
Update, the website is now returning an error 500. So it looks like he's been having a little bit of trouble launching the site.
Ain't nobody gonna fuck with a nigga hurt fucking kids. Wouldn't no normal nigga fuck with somebody. If I know you here trying to fuck on little girls and little kids, I'm not finna be cool or help you out.
Hasn't been working so well for him.
And to this day, the page remains as an unlaunched, inactive website. In spite of how much of a scumbag EDP445 truly was, you have to give him credit for sheer determination, because he then began to upload videos on another third-party website called 3Speak TV, where his account would be met with the same fate. It was banned.
He wrote for some...
This nigga is banned off everything, nigga. I'm talking about this nigga can't do or say anything, because niggas gonna go out their way to get rid of his ass, which they should do. But I feel like I feel like this shit was for all these niggas, because there's a lot of niggas, famous niggas who's just like this nigga EDP, who needs to get put out of there. But I'm not talking about them niggas. I'm not finna be one of them corny ass niggas like, oh, what about James Charles? I was trying to cancel EDP because he's a black man. I'm not gonna say that shit. He deserves this shit. He really do. I don't feel bad for them niggas who's trying to hurt children. He really deserve this shit.
For some reason my channel was
nigga like a fat black Jeffrey Epstein
deleted. I don't have a clue what's going on. I didn't violate any guideline. Can you please tell me what's going on? EDP.
After this ban, it seemed as though EDP445 was slowly getting the message from each and every website. His career on the internet was finished. However, the internet wasn't finished with ending his career. Rich from Review Tech USA would state that he might be able to get a job working somewhere like Starbucks. However, it was only going to be so long before the trolls would come and inform them of his past.
But I don't even know if you could get a damn job at Starbucks and keep it, because you know the trolls are going to come after you and say, oh yeah, that guy you just hired, I wouldn't keep him employed. You'd probably lose a job at that coffee shop too real quick.
Rich would be correct in this statement. EDP445 moved from Bakersfield, California to Henderson, Nevada following the expose, where it seemed as though he managed to land a job as a Lyft driver in October 2021.
Oh yeah, I seen that shit on TikTok.
This job would be fairly short-lived, as a video posted to TikTok by a user called Lennon Jimenez would expose EDP445's Lyft profile.
Bro went from wanting cupcakes to driving for...
Like a nigga like you can't even post yourself anymore. You really can't even do nothing, nigga. Like, they put this nigga in a corner where he can't do nothing to say nothing.
And his position as a driver would subsequently be removed by the company. The situation would promote Reddit discussion, with one post stating EDP as a Lyft driver, how the mighty have fallen, which received comments such as, can you take me to the grocery store? I'ma go buy some cupcakes, and I hope he doesn't get on any food delivery apps. MF would eat my fries and I'd have missing slices of pizza. However, somewhat hilariously, it was revealed shortly thereafter that EDP had in fact been driving for both Uber Eats and Grubhub, which would also both fire him after finding out about the drama.
He would drive. He can't even do nothing. This nigga can't even deliver niggas McDonald's anymore, bro. This nigga is put himself in he put himself in his casket. The only thing this fat nigga can do is kill himself. If I'm EDP, nigga, I'm killing myself, nigga. You can't get no job. You can't keep no home. You can't do nothing, nigga. Every source of income this nigga is trying to get, niggas is gonna ruin it because he deserves it. This the only thing this nigga can do is fucking kill himself.
Lyft, he was driving for Grubhub and Uber Eats, and all three of those companies.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. His nasty ass. And EDP's a nasty ass nigga, so he probably like spitted on those niggas' food or nutted on them niggas' burgers and shit.
According to a very basic unconfirmed source, EDP also apparently applied at Chuck E. Cheese, but for obvious reasons didn't seem to get the position. EDP445 no longer had the ability to make money online or in real life, as this revealed, unless he were to find some extremely low-skill niche job where they wouldn't check his name online and where he wouldn't have to interact with any customers who might expose him to whichever company he might be working for. With so many obstacles in the way of finding even the most basic of jobs, it's hardly surprising to find out that EDP has been attempting to change his name legally. The application shown on screen states that Bryant Moreland applied for a name change with the Nevada County Court on the 21st of October 2000.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga. He doing all this search and he looking at like this nigga out here, nigga. He putting all this energy in EDP, nigga. He need to put his energy in getting some bitches or getting a fucking job. Shit is insane, nigga. How hard this nigga researching this shit. I respect the fuck out of it though.
2021. The strange part about this is that when you try and search the court register from the Reddit post by typing in his name, Bryant Moreland, it now states that there are no results found, possibly indicating that EDP445's name change has been successful and he's no longer known as Bryant Moreland.
As you can see, I did type in his name, Moreland Bryant.
Niggas had fucking kids, bro. Niggas
no results found.
However, the problem with this, as outlined by the EDP445 subreddit, is that
EVE Online on Mac
how does your neck do
immerses
that?
you in a universe with thousands of star systems like never before. Follow a path of your own
What you mean my neck do that?
and become a titan of industry.
My neck buff or something? Don't it hurt? No, I got a real
but
fucking
he's
neck.
not exactly hard to spot. This idiot thinks this will fix anything,
I
LeMayo.
appreciate
He'll
you for
be
following
spotted
it,
everywhere no matter his name. He should flee to Cuba or something like this.
Nah, he gotta
Changing
kill
his name
himself.
isn't a
Like,
good
EDP got
idea
one
since
way.
it's gonna get
He has to
leaked
kill himself.
anyways. What good does changing
Like, you
your
really
name?
can't get no money though, cause like he got exposed for trying to talk to kids, and you really can't come back from that. Then they put this nigga on the registry, or he just need to kill himself.
Do when you're as easily
That's why I would-
recognizable
I'd
as
kill
him,
myself.
lol.
But no,
He
they
needs to
can come
lose
through
hundreds of
in
pounds and get a hair transplant. Perhaps the goal is to have his name hidden for long enough in order to get a job, as other sources state that he's been unsurprisingly struggling with
Nah,
money.
this first time in stream, man.
Like,
Thank you.
YouTube
Key.
made him money, but after having that, he broke real quick.
A user by the name of Master at Work, who was one of the
Oh,
people
damn,
trying to
necker,
expose EDP all the way back in 2020, stated in October that EDP had less than $3,300 cash left in his account, plus 2 cars and a
See, nigga, look, $3,000, nigga. He has 2 cars, nigga, so he can sell one of his cars, nigga. I'd sell one of my cars, nigga, and use that bitch to get a place or get a hotel or a motel room for a while.
couple of other things that he might be able to sell.
The only income that he has, other than the $3,300 that he has left in his bank account, is maybe the 40 grand in weapons and the 2 cars that he owns.
However, in the 2 months since October, users on Reddit used his car's license plate to confirm that EDP445 has sold one of his cars, possibly indicating that his cash stack has dwindled even further. In the same live stream during which Master at Work would discuss EDP's financial situation, it also mentioned...
I don't feel bad for this nigga. In the reality, I don't feel bad for no man who are touching kids. Cause you out here touching kids, nigga, I don't get how I can feel bad for you. You put yourself in a situation like nigga had the whole world in his hands. The nigga was winning and the nigga was doing good. The nigga had 2 million subs, nigga. He was making mad money off YouTube. But you lost all of that for a little girl, nigga. And it wasn't even a little girl. You was texting like grown men acting to be a 13-year-old little girl, bro. I can't feel bad for you, bro. It's just stupidity, and Chase is stupidity.
That EDP had been evicted from his apartment complex as the property owner received numerous complaints about having him as a tenant.
Call up Spur Apartments and verify it for yourself. EDP will no longer be living at Spur Apartments. The reason why he got evicted is because of constant harassment the property owner has been getting.
Since then, EDP has been living out of a suitcase.
It depends how old you are. How old are you? I understand you like older men, but if you're like 18, you can pretty much date any man you want to. They can be 60 or something.
At various hotels. However, even then, his detractors have been going around trying to get him kicked out of wherever he happens to be staying.
He's a danger to everyone in here.
Okay, so I just called security. Go ahead.
You're 17, nigga. See, that's weird. Yeah, I'd say wait till 18 to date older men. That's what I would say, but you know, you're not grown. Yeah, I'd say wait till you're 18, then you can do whatever you want.
Let security know all
I will
this information.
be more than happy to let them know. Thank you very much.
EDP's detractors have made his life such a living hell that if anything, an arrest or a short stint in prison would almost make his circumstances more comfortable. We'll preface this part by stating that there have been numerous accounts of EDP being arrested, however, they never seem to have any rock solid.
It don't matter if you feel grown. That's what a lot of people feel grown, but they're not grown.
Proof to go along with it, so take everything said in the next section with a
but
grain
girls
of
like
salt.
older men
In late
in general,
October, a
though,
YouTuber by the name of Matt Simon seemed confident that EDP had been arrested, yet provided no evidence or reason for the arrest.
EDP has been arrested. Today is October 25th. It is 11:30 at night, and EDP has been arrested today.
And he was actually arrested today. But I don't know
See,
what.
bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
His
EDP
claim
deserved this
clearly
shit,
lacks
but damn.
credibility. People in the comments requested evidence, to which there seems to be none.
He ain't
However,
getting
a former friend of
most,
EDP-445 by the name of Felipe claims to have some stronger
Kitty?
evidence
I'm
pertaining
named
to the
Kitty.
potential
Where you
arrest
from,
of
son?
EDP-445. Less than a month ago, on the 3rd of December 2021, he'd uploaded a video titled "Is EDP-445 in Jail?" In this video, Felipe explained that while out having dinner, he'd get a call from a private number stating that it was EDP-445 who was being held at the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center.
So the third time I picked up, I was like, hello, and it said, this is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center inmate for Bryant Moreland. Would you like to receive the call? And I hung up, and then called again, and the same thing happened. Would you like to receive a call? So I said yes, because I was like, I was just curious to see, holy shit, he got arrested, wow,
The issue is the only evidence that he's able to provide is for no caller ID calls on his iPhone, which isn't exactly rock solid evidence to say the least, and Felipe's character is suspect at best. He only gets views when he talks about EDP-445, and without EDP on the internet to defend himself, anyone can say anything. Additionally, if EDP did successfully change his name in October or November,
That's crazy.
as mentioned previously, this would prove the story to be fake, as the guy states that it was Bryant Moreland on the other end of the phone. One comment stated, "Looked up every inmate record in Clark County, which is where Henderson is, Kern County, which is where Bakersfield is, and Manatee County, which is where Bradenton, Florida is, which said that he was connected to online. No Bryant Moreland is in any of those prisons." In the end, it doesn't really matter whether or not he's in actual prison, as it's safe to say that EDP is a man who made a mistake so bad that even outside of concrete prison walls, he barely has a drop of freedom.
Well, in conclusion, this nigga deserves that shit. He's talking to kids, he's touching kids. I can't feel bad for no nigga who are touching kids. But you know what really break my heart, bro? If Corey X Kitchen gets exposed for some pedophile shit, that shit'll break a nigga heart, bro. I don't think he will. That nigga's super Christian. He's a super duper Christian nigga. So hopefully he won't do no stupid shit like that and fuck himself over and